Hello, everybody. It is March 25th, and today we're going to take a quick look at Ethereum, see what the price action is telling us. Obviously, for the past 5 to 7 days here, we had a bit of a consolidation all the way from the 1,868 all the way down to the 1,538, and that's where we are trying to find the support right now. I think we're at a critical support zone where buyers are expected to come in, and obviously that's something we will need to validate over the next, I would say, 2 3 days, and see if this actually does hold. Usually Ethereum doesn't even wait until for that support to bounce back right away, and then you see the uptrend continue back to high levels. And right now we're seeing, we're early on still. We still have almost 2 hours for the day to close, and but the most important thing, I think, the past 5 to 7 days here, we're obviously in a clear downtrend, clear consolidation, slashing through all these EMAs. Right now, I'm just showing the 21 EMA and the 55 EMA, but if we're looking at 200, we had the 10 and 12. We're seeing that, we passed through the main ones, and now we're trying to find that support at the 55 EMA, which we already closed below. So definitely, I would say domination by the sellers at the moment. We're seeing that the price action is kind of struggling. But the good news is we are at a critical buy slash support zone where we should kind of anticipate the fact that buyers are actually trying to step in. So within the past 5 to 7 days, we see that a consolidation happen. And right now, for in terms of between open price and close price, we're seeing that we're having that distance where the sellers are showing up and almost no buyers are coming in. Then we're seeing over on this candle here on March 23rd, we're seeing that the indecisiveness is still showing. Next day, same thing again. We actually slashed below the 55 EMA, went all the way down to the 1,538, and today we're seeing that there's almost no action happening. Volume is slow, relatively speaking. Price movement isn't really that crazy, but we're seeing that wick to the bottom side, showing that the sellers tried to drive all the price back down to the mid 1,500s, so 1,535, and buyers came in, pushed it back to the open price at the 1,582, and we're seeing that we are trying to jab back up to the 55 EMA, trying to go and see if that would hold or no. So we're seeing that happen right now. We're definitely squeezed in terms of the pricing, and usually whenever we're having a clear downtrend like this, and we're start seeing that the market kind of starts to go sideways a bit, so we'll need to see within the next couple of days how that plays out. But it's showing that there isn't much movement at the bottom anymore. Much something that will need to be validated still. But as an early sign, we definitely do need to go to the 4 hour here to zoom in on the price action and see what our critical levels do look like. So clear low volume, not a lot of interest right now with this current trend. Overall, the RSI is in the oversold region, so we do anticipate some sort of a pullback based on the EMAs their own. And yeah, the main question is Ethereum trying to have a higher low as previous to this? So we had a low here at the 1,286, which we actually ended up closing at the 1,421. So now is Ethereum trying to have a higher low here so we can see those buyers step in? That's something that we do need to pay attention to and try to zoom in here on the price action to see what's happening. So if we go to the 4 hour here, we're seeing overall that if I'll just show these all over again. On the 4 hour chart, we're seeing that we are fully below all of our EMAs. And the most important EMAs that right now I am fully interested in is the 21 and the 55. And the main reason is I'm seeing a lot of high price action. Price reaction to these to the levels whenever we meet those EMAs. So technically speaking, if we broke below it, tried to retest it, it actually pushed us back down, kept on going sideways until we actually met with the 21 EMA, and then boom, we dropped back down. Then again, we go sideways, try to meet it again, try to attempt to break above. We see this sort of a inverted hammer candle, but it's more bullish. Usually this is red. But overall, we're seeing that there's a clear rejection to that, to us breaking above the 21 EMA. And you'll see that being reflected right away on the next candle where sellers just saw this and boom, boom, boom. We dropped all the way to the 1,530. So now we are going sideways. we're anticipating that now. This over here, I just drew it, but we're anticipating that if we continue this trend over here, the 21 EMA will meet us somewhere around this area over here, which is between the 1600s, so the mid 1600s basically. And that's what we will need to see how Ethereum does react to this. We 100% need to anticipate the resistance, and even if we break above this, then we need to also anticipate the 55 EMA also waiting at the finish line, basically, for us to actually find a breaking point for that resistance. So we do need to actually start jabbing at it and try to break above the 21 EMA as a first step. If not, then it's going to continue to drive us back down, and we will most likely see a sideways action until maybe, I would say, to the 27th, 28th, depending on how it plays out. But for now, we're hopeful. This is different than these previous levels because we're reaching this critical support zone. So we need to see how that plays out. And overall, I would say, yeah, so the 21 EMA is is what's driving us up and down. We're seeing that resistance, and we're seeing that the movements to the bottom. So every time we try to move sideways or meet a resistance, we're seeing that the movement downwards is very rapid and steep. Compared to the upside or sideways movement, where it's actually slow, and it does take a bit of a battle, a bit of a fight for us to actually try to move above. So yeah, we're seeing that the sellers have been completely dominating the market right now. And overall, we're seeing a lot of indecisiveness at the moment. I would say we're seeing wicks to the bottom and upside a lot, and this is to be expected, knowing the fighters, the buyers and the sellers are having that fight at the moment. More people want to sell it. Buyers also, there's a lot of buyers and investors that find this dip basically a nice, good sale price for Ethereum. So definitely something to keep in mind. Overall here, just 1 second. So overall here, what we're seeing with our MACD overall. So if we're looking here, we had 3 waves to the bottom where we attempted to actually go up, and as soon as we break above it, it didn't really stay that long. And now looks like soon enough here, as soon as the 4-hour is closing within the next 2 hours, it does look like we are trying to break above that. So we should start seeing some sort of a positive momentum where the buyers are to come in, especially the fact that we are on the in this critical buy zone. So we definitely do need to see how this plays out. This is not guaranteed. This is just more like, hey, we're at a very critical zone. We need to pay attention. We need to see how the buyers react, because any certain movement below this area or above it is going to fully propel the price action either upward or downwards, depending to where that breakout is. So pretty interesting times right now. And overall, I would say maybe the main takeaway here from the for our chart, I don't want to repeat myself too much, but yes, we do need to take our first jab at the 21 EMA. Try to so basically, the resistance or support line, the more we touch it, the weaker it gets, and we do need to overall here for the past time, where as soon as we touch it, it's fully driving us down. So we need to kind of see us go above it and close above it to see a bit of a more of a validation that this is actually to continue as a support, where we actually do reverse and go back up to this zone over here at $2,000. So the next thing is we do need to break above. I would say overall, for buyers to actually be interested in this, I would say somewhere around the 1,630 is where we do need to see a close, which is basically a close above this range we're in right now, and a close above the 21 EMA, and which will actually do help a lot in terms of this turning into an actual support with a trend reversal. And overall, I would say we need the buyers to do to step in for sure, looking at those signs. But overall, if the MACD actually does happen to break above the this zero level over here, where it's more positive and the trend is positive and it's confirmed that the buyers are in, then we do need to see this break happen for sure. Because anything, I would say, if we break below this again, the 1,536, then it's a different perspective in terms of the price action, and I think that's going to continue to downtrend to the bottom. Now, obviously, whatever is happening with Bitcoin and how it's been consolidating as well, that's also going to add to this. So something to keep in mind. But overall, if we're talking strictly Ethereum at the moment, we do need to keep an eye out for the next couple of days and see how that plays out. So that's pretty much it. Let me know if I missed anything, or if you agree or disagree in the comment section below. If you like the video, please like, comment, share, subscribe, and thank you for watching.